Hey everybody, this is Coffee with Krystle. I'm Jessie G. This is Christian Santangelo.
Hey guys, welcome to Coffee with Krystle. I want to introduce this beautiful girl. Her name is Jessie G. I love the fact that it's just like Jessie G.
Thank you, it's kind of catchy.
Yeah, so tell us a little about you. You're originally from Oregon.
I am, originally from Oregon. Made the trip over to Nashville about 5.5 years ago after I met Miss Gretchen Wilson.
Yes. Oh girl, I was reading all about that. We'll get into that though for sure.
Awesome.
So tell us, what was it like growing up in Oregon? You guys, you grew up on a fishing boat, right?
I did. So I'm from a small coastal town called Brookings, Oregon. It's right on the border of California. We're 4 generations of commercial fishermen. So,
wow.
Yeah, kind of like on Deadliest Catch, the stuff you see on that, but not the Bering Sea. We catch Dungeness crab, albacore tuna, and Chinook salmon.
Nice. And you guys also, so you have a market that you sell them to.
We have a restaurant called Catalyst Seafood.
That is so awesome. So what was that like, just growing up in that kind of world?
I mean, it's great. It teaches you a lot about life. Very feast or famine. So, some Christmases we would have, Dad would go buy us a motorcycle, and then other Christmases we didn't have any money. So we just find fun things to do as a family to just enjoy the holiday. So it teaches you a lot about working hard. And, if you're doing what you love, things get rough, and sometimes, you're at a really low point, but if you stick it out, it'll always get better. So, it taught you how to stick with your dreams and work hard, and the sun will always come out even when it's raining,
I love your positive vibes. I'm always that person who is always like trying to practice all the positivity.
You have to.
Push on people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they get down on themselves.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to stay down there.
It is.
It's just easy to play victim.
And to bring people down with you.
Oh, yeah. Misery loves company.
Totally.
Misery. So I love your vibe.
Oh,
so, okay, when did you decide that you were heading to Nashville? There was a little bit of a battle of the band?
Yeah. So, like you guys, a local radio station came up to me and said, hey, we have this competition, because I kept on emailing the head PD, hey, any gigs you have, anything, can you throw whatever my way?
Right, I'll do it for free.
Yeah, anything, just give it to me. And they said, Gretchen Wilson's coming. I know you love her. There's a competition to open up for her if you win it. So I put my band together, invited all my friends out, and we won this competition by a landslide. And then I got to open up for her. When she came, I remember I was just dead set on meeting her.
Right.
I grew up listening to her songs, singing them in competitions. She was that chick that I looked up to growing up and I wanted to be like. And so when she came to town, we got to open for her. And then after the show, I went straight backstage and asked her, hey girl, can me and my family come hang out and just talk your ear off? And she was super cool. She was like, come on back. And so we just talked until about 4 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, we drank a bottle of Jack, had some dips. We just did some girl things. I hope this is
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it was like fast friends. And she told me straight up, if you want to do this thing for real, you got to move to Nashville, because record deals don't really happen in Oregon very often. And the industry is in Nashville for country music anyway. So I literally 3 months later sold a bunch of crab and tuna and packed up my bags and packed up my little car and drove 4 days out to Nashville, Tennessee.
How nervous were you, knowing that you got the advice from Gretchen?
Yeah.
Who had been there before, still, regardless of what, still thriving at what she's doing.
Oh, she is, 100%. Yeah.
And just knowing that your life's about to change. What was that like?
It was scary. Coming from a family where family's everything, and leaving that and going literally across the country and not knowing anyone, that was so scary. But when you just feel like it's God's purpose in your life, and there's just something inside your heart just telling you got to go now or never, or it'll never happen. That's kind of the feeling in the moment I had with it all, and I don't regret it. I'm happy. I never looked back.
That's awesome. So in moving to Nashville, not only that, but you also signed up with Gretchen's record label.
Yeah, that took a few years.
What was that like?
So I first moved there and I emailed her, hey, I'm here. And she was like, whoa.
Hey, girl.
She's like, whoa, she took me seriously. She's like, is this girl crazy? But it ended up being great, because she'd slowly meet me out for coffee. I'd just be like, what's your advice on writing songs or blah, blah. And then one thing led to another. We wrote some songs together, and it was a very slow thing where we were just girlfriends.
Right.
And then it turned into us writing together all the time. And then I saved up a bunch of money on a Kickstarter campaign to do an EP. Then she produced that. And then it got to the point where I got so good at songwriting and just honing in on my craft that I wrote a song one day called Army Ranger. And that song was the song that kind of made her commit and be like, all right, let's make this official, sign on the dotted line, give your soul away.
Really? That's because at that moment she realized not only is she a pretty face, can she sing, but she can write.
Exactly.
So that's like, you're an entire package.
Oh, thank you.
So what was it like working on your EP?
It was amazing. It's so hard because you pour in, 5 to 10 years of your life on your first record. People don't really see that part of it if they're not in the business. And, you have to like cut songs that you're totally in love with, and you have to pick certain songs that fit the album, but, might not necessarily be your favorite, but then they become your favorite later because you realize how they fit the album. And it's just this whole different thing with, it's not only the songwriting and the music, it's also, what does this project say about me and who I am and how I'm going to enter the world as Jessie G,
Right.
So it was an amazing experience. I wrote every song on the album.
That was my next question. That's awesome.
It is. Nowadays, you don't get that anymore.
Right. So not only, you've written the songs probably based on your life or your experiences. You're able to put your heart more into it when you're singing that.
Totally. Which is hard sometimes. It's like, when you have moments on stage where you're crying because you're back in that moment when you wrote the song. But I feel like that's what makes it worth it, That's
what makes you real.
Yeah.
Being able to let your emotions 100%. Flow like that. A lot of people don't do that. They just rather just keep their guard up because it's easier.
Yeah.
I'm protected with my guard up.
Yeah. I want to be a character instead of a real person.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just be fake.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your EP and your single and how all that came to be.
Yeah. So the EP as a whole, it shows all different sides of me. It shows that sweet, sensitive side, but then it also shows that rocker in your face. I'm gonna kick the door inside. It goes everywhere, and I really like that it's not just one thing. You have your old traditional country sound, but then you have your rock sound, and then you have your almost like contemporary pop country feel on there. So no one can be like pigeonhole me to one thing,
Right, that's good.
So I love that. The single shows a side of me so in contrast to my Army Ranger, which was a kind of a single that first I signed with Redneck Records on. And it's so different. It's almost like a throwback feel of like it. If you haven't listened to it yet, then
I'd love
okay. I'd love also your opinion on what I'm about to say. But it also just gives you like that lighthearted, like you can't help but smile. But then you also want to dance along to it, and it speaks to like the new generation, but then it also speaks to the older generation.
Right.
So I think it kind of is really well-rounded and more of a radio single, as opposed to Army Ranger was just specific to the military community and their families, and this one's specific to literally every person who's ever been in love. So
I'm all about love stories. Like, I love those. Not the ones where, the girl's going crazy, beating someone's car up because homeboy, cheated or something. Those are, they're relatable. But I do love a good love song.
No.
So now we do know that in the fall you're supposed to release your full album.
Yeah, it's the fall already. Oh
I know. Well, it's not yet. Summer's still here. We still got 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, but you can feel the weather changing and the leaves, and I'm like, oh no.
I'm a Florida girl, so living up in the north, it's like...
Yeah. I love Florida so much.
Yeah, it's great. Beaches are great. Yeah. It's summer all year round.
It is, yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, so we're supposed to release it in the fall, yes. We are going to... Things have been so good with my single, whatever this is, that it's prolonging us finishing the rest of the album.
Wow.
Which is a good thing.
Right.
That is an amazing thing. We've been so busy. But yeah, in the next couple months, you should be expecting a full album.
That's exciting. All right, so tell us, where do you hope to be in 5 years?
Grammy, a few Grammys, being in a movie.
The red carpet.
Yeah. Actually, just last CMA, I got to be on the red carpet, which is so awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. From picking out what I was going to wear to actually walking down and doing interviews, I was like, this is so amazing. But yeah, just all of those things that come with it. But in reality, I just want to be able to do what I love. Be able to write the music I want to write, record it when I want to record it, have a family and provide for them,
right,
and tour all year round. You know what I mean? I just want to live my dream and do it right.
Well, tell our fans where you can find your music.
If you want to just go to jessiegmusic.com, you can do that. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You kind of get a different vibe from each of those sites because, like, on Instagram, I'll post things that I won't post to my Facebook.
Right.
So if you want to follow me, just follow Jessie with my E-G official on Instagram and Jessie G _music on Twitter. And Facebook, Jessie G official if you can't find me through just Jessie G.
Or we can just link it. We'll link the website and all that good stuff. So will you perform for us? Do a couple songs?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. What's the first song you're gonna do?
How many do you want? You want two?
Do however many you want. Girl, it's your show. 12. We ain't got time for the whole album. But hey, I love your enthusiasm. He's a good guy to have around. All right, so we'll get you all set up. You do some songs for us, and we'll be good to go.
Sounds good.
Thanks for joining us.